HAZ turns into a real laughingstock. Duke is slammed after joiner crusade damage vaccine research. Prince Harry is accused of joining a crusade against big pharmaceutical companies that would damage vaccine research. The Duke of Sussex, 37, joined Pope Francis in calling for an international waiver of vaccine patents. Prince Harry has been outspoken about the need to break pharma monopolies that prevent vaccines from getting to communities around the world in need, journalist Andrew Orlowski notes. Harry has joined activists urging for the activation of an emergency compulsory licensing mechanism built into the World Trade Organization. They believe this will assist in allowing copies of vaccine products to be manufactured anywhere in the world. However, investigative journalist Mr Orlowski, writing in the Daily Telegraph, said, "The Duke of Sussex has joined a pious crusade that would damage vaccine research. Removing patents will do little to help the world's poorest become vaccinated, contrary to Prince Harry's belief." Mr Orlowski suggests, the problem with the high-status assault on intellectual property is that it fails to suggest a convincing alternative system to such rights, which today provide the incentives that deliver billions of investment to researchers. The Bureau of Investigative Journalism claimed to have found big pharmaceutical demands that led to a 3-month delay in vaccine deals being agreed upon. Their research, as noted by Mr Orlowski, suggested that for Argentina and Brazil, no national deals were agreed at all. Unfortunately, Mr Orlowski sees no alternative to the current intellectual property monopoly. He added, if the IP monopoly disappeared overnight, the poor wouldn't be getting more jabs. Most countries either don't have the facilities to manufacture them, can't distribute them safely to remote areas, or lack the skills to administer them, or all three. Speaking at a recent UN AIDS event on World AIDS Day, Prince Harry said that vaccinating the world was a test of our moral character. He added, "It's time to draw from the lessons we learned throughout the HIV/AIDS pandemic, where millions died unnecessarily due to deep inequities in access to treatment. Are we really comfortable repeating the failures of the past? Everything I've learned from the youth of Sentebale, his charity in Lesotho and Botswana, tells me not. They see how repeating these mistakes is destructive and self-defeating. It is a betrayal of the next generation." Besides, when Prince Harry was still a working member of the royal family, he was provided round-the-clock security by protection officers. And whenever he visited Canada, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police worked with the British security to keep him safe within the country's borders. But just how much that RCMP protection cost is more than most originally thought, according to a new report. Reporter Elizabeth Thompson explained, "The documents that were released to CBC News under access to information show that between January 2016 and February 2020, it cost more than $334,000 to sub in an additional cost for the RCMP to supply security for Harry, and that's above and beyond the salaries of the officers who were assigned to protect him." Thompson then revealed when the prince's security cost taxpayers the most. A lot of people might think that the most expensive period was when the Sussexes spent that Christmas in Canada and they were thinking of stepping back and maybe living in Canada part-time. But in fact, the most expensive period was 2017 to 2018, she said, per Express, adding that photographers started hanging out around Meghan Markle's house when it became known that they were sort of dating. They used to see like 6 big black SUVs on this little suburban residential street that she lived on, and in those SUVs were British security but also RCMP. So the prince's visits to see her between April 2017 to March 2018 cost taxpayers $182,430.